This is Ian from Lean Media. Today we're going to be talking about reinstating closed Amazon Seller Central accounts. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Let's get started. So frequently on the Amazon Seller Central forums, you'll see posts from people saying, my account got terminated 4 years ago, or my account was suspended and I want to reactivate it or reinstate it, and how I do it. And basically, there are a couple options that you have, and there's no guarantee that either option will be successful. So let's get to it. And fortunately, in this particular case, this person shared the situation that they had and the response that they got from Amazon, which kind of tells us how Amazon deals with these types of issues. So the first thing is that Amazon says we are unable to restore selling accounts which were terminated more than 4 weeks ago, which is pretty alarming because a lot of times it takes weeks or even months to resolve specific issues that might come about because of an account suspension. So that's kind of depressing. However, Amazon also says that you can. First of all, you can open a new Seller Central account, and indeed, that's what this person said, that they were told to reopen. I better have a new account opened. And reopening a new account, of course, it's with your same identity, so they're going to see that you had an account before while they're doing the process of account verification, and you might have to deal with the next option that you have for reactivating an account. And even though this particular seller support associate says, we encourage you to open a new seller account, they also say, alternatively, to appeal this restriction, follow the steps below, and then they tell you the steps to reactivate your account. And this looks like you're keeping the old account, but you're appealing a decision to suspend it. So let's go through the reactivation part of it and kind of the things that you will be asked to do, and how to go about reactivating a suspended account as opposed to creating a new account based on your same identity, but maybe using a different email address. So Amazon says in Seller Central, go to Performance and click Account Health. So at the top of your Amazon Seller account, you should be able to see a link for Performance, and I think that will be under Performance. Okay, click on Account Health, so you can go there and do that. And just to note, even though your account is suspended, you can still log into it and access certain parts of the site. You won't be able to access orders. Let's see, let's go back here. Like all of these things right here, you may not be able to access catalog or inventory or orders or certain types of reports, but you can access, as they said, Performance, Account Health. Maybe you can access the feedback and voice of the customer and things like that. And then I know you can access help, so you can still contact customer support to try to get help on the particular case. But what they're saying is go to Account Health and then click on a button that says reactivate your account, and then you'll be introduced to these steps to reactivate the account. So follow the instructions within the page to submit your appeal. So this gets into when they say appeal, this gets into something that is sometimes referred to as a plan of action or a POA. And basically what they want you to do, they want you to fill out an appeal questionnaire, and they want you to, first of all, admit the problem, and then they want you to talk about the actions you've taken to resolve the issue. So let me explain something pretty carefully about this particular part of reinstating or reactivating an old account. You have to admit the issue. You cannot put the blame on the drop shipping company you were using. You cannot put the blame on a virtual assistant. You have to own up to it. You have to accept it. If you don't do it, Amazon won't accept it. So just get over any sort of issue that you have with admitting that you made a mistake, and fess up to it and acknowledge it, and then that goes right into actions you have taken to resolve the issue. So this is the plan of action. And so many times when I see people talking about plans of action, they get it all wrong. And I know this because they submit their plan of action to the Amazon Seller Central form, and I can read through them. The first thing that they do is that they spend way too much time describing the problem and describing what they plan to do. I've seen some people writing these like 5-page, 1,000-word reports on their plan of action that are just so complicated and so detailed, and oftentimes looks like they're still trying to blame somebody else for the problem. and Amazon will just reject those out of hands. They don't want to deal with that stuff. They just want like 2 or 3 paragraphs and a few bullets maybe saying what you're going to do to resolve the issue. That's all they want. Don't get too complicated about the history of this thing and the specific details, or why your old employee wasn't doing a good job last time but the new employee is going to be doing a good job this time. Just really boil it down just to the key issues that you will take to resolve the issue. That's all Amazon wants to see in your appeal or in your plan of action. So keep that in mind when you're trying to either reinstate an existing account or to create a new account. You're opening a new account, as this person said, and then you're going to be asked the same thing when they determine that you were responsible for that old account. Now, there's no guarantees that any of this will work. Plans of action and appeals get rejected all the time. Maybe the issue that got your account in trouble, or maybe the fact that you abandoned the account before, or weren't able to keep it up, or changed your mind. Maybe Amazon just doesn't want to deal with that anymore, or it's not enough to say, hey, I'm a changed person, I'm going to be doing things differently. So just keep that in mind when you're going through this, that there are no guarantees about it. And then, I would say, as a last resort, if you're having issues with your Amazon seller account, log into Amazon Seller Central, go to the discussions forums, and then start a new discussion and describe your situation, because there actually are some very talented people who respond to these issues that pop up on the Amazon Seller Central discussion forums, either other people who are using the forums, like other businesses, or Amazon staff who kind of can explain what you should be doing. And sometimes they have some good tips that can help you get on the right path. Again, there's no guarantees, but there are some possibilities, and it's up to you to kind of try these avenues before giving up for good. And then also one other thing, when you're dealing with Amazon support staff, either on the discussion forums or when you're filing a case, just remember that they are people too. I see a lot of derogatory statements towards Amazon support staff, oftentimes because they're located in another country or some other reason. To be honest with you, frequently it's because there's a lot of frustration about the case. Like, imagine if your account was shut down, maybe not justly or for reasons that aren't quite clear, and you need a better explanation. They're not giving it to you. Well, I get that part of it, but don't take it out on the support staff or the forum moderator who happens to open up the case. Because it's not their fault that this happened to you, or it's not their fault that Amazon has some ridiculous policies around selling, or it's not their fault that the person who dealt with your case before isn't doing a good job about dealing with it. Because what I found is that even though there are some folks who work at Amazon who are not that good, there are plenty of people who are actually very dedicated, who are actually very helpful and may be able to help out. And then the last piece of advice I have when you're dealing with filing a support case, and that would be by going to help and then going down to need more help, get support. One of the best ways to get a faster response is not to be emailing back and forth and dealing with these long, convoluted messages. Is to, if they give you an option to call somebody on the phone or for them to call you, take it. Because I've found that the people who are calling you on the phone, they tend to be more, I don't know if it's incentivized or more able to, first of all, understand the problem you're having, and then also to help you find a resolution. Again, no guarantees, but there are some options out there. My name is Ian Lamont, and I'm the founder of Lean Media. If you go to leanmedia.org and then click on blog or video, you'll see lots more of my posts about dealing with Amazon, not just problems, but also using different tools that Amazon offers, as well as other platforms like Shopify and social media advertising. Thank you so much for watching.